So now I'm so thrilled to kick off the event officially, Personal Career Advocacy for Advancement. And I'm going to pass it over to our moderator today, Katrin.
Hello, I first of all want to introduce myself. My name is Katrin Kipp. I'm working for SThree, which is a global STEM talent provider. At the moment, I'm managing the Stuttgart office, which is currently covering the perm, contract, and ECM market within IT and engineering in Baden-Württemberg. Diandra, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. Thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Diandra. I'm 34 years old and I'm from Hamburg, Germany. And I'm a CEO and founder from Kownatzki and we're developing and making consultancy in user experience design and interfaces, especially in healthcare systems.
Thank you. Heba, would you love to drop in?
Okay, yeah, thank you very much. And thank you for having me. I'm Heba, coming originally from Egypt. I studied engineering in Egypt and then had a scholarship in the Oracle database administration and forms and reports development. And through this scholarship, I came into the software field and started my career as information system analyst in 2009 in Egypt, and then took over every possible role in the software except programming. So I didn't do programming by myself into praxis, only during studies, although women who code. Yes, worked in different companies in Egypt and then moved to Germany in 2015 and learned the German language and mastered it to the extent that I have been hired in a company in Germany, which hired at my time, so 6 years ago or 6.5 years ago, hired only German speakers. And I'm working now as business analyst in complex software projects, and I'm looking forward to the connections and questions and exchange. Thank you very much. I hand over to Kaja.
Yeah, thank you very much, Heba. I'm very happy to join you today here, especially also because Heba is my colleague, and I met her already in panel when I invited her to a panel that I have organized. So I'm very happy to sit today with you in a panel discussion. Thank you very much for having me, Women Who Code, and thank you very much, Adesso, for the opportunity. So my name is Kasia Stoltmann. I am originally from Poland. I started to code when I was, I guess 14 years old. So I started to be in a class with advanced computer science when I was more or less 14 years old. Then I decided to go to Germany to study at the Humboldt University in Berlin, where I studied computer science and linguistics. I am more or less 10 years in the tech industry. At the beginning, I was 8 years in a more research company focused on computer linguistics, which fit very much into my background. And 2 years ago, I decided to go to Adesso, where I am now creating a team of AI specialists. So I started as senior consultant in data science and AI, and now I have been creating a team for AI specialists. On top of my study, I decided then also to do my PhD in linguistics and also to study IT project management. At Adesso, I'm also responsible for pretty complex projects, I would say, similar also to Heba. So we have pretty big projects at Adesso, and the one that I am now proxy product owner of and requirements engineer focuses on the predictive maintenance for energy sector for power plant stations. So linguist in the power plants. You can imagine, it's a big fun. And I'm looking forward to your questions today. Very happy to be here.
Thank you very much for your introductions. Then I would love to start with the first question. For those who are attending today that are looking for a career change, how would you build a habit for self-advocacy and personal development so you're ready when faced with a new opportunity? Kasia?
Yeah, thank you very much, Katrin. Well, it's not really easy to change a career, and it's always good to be prepared for the next steps, in my opinion. So what I can always recommend to everyone to keep updated what is happening in the world. It's not easy, but it's pretty important to keep updated. So what I would start with is researching. It sounds maybe simple, but it's very important to have a look which opportunities are over there in the world, to get inspired about the topics, to get inspired about the people. So researching in terms of in the internet, researching in terms of going to conferences, to visit panel discussions like this one now, and then to find a topic that you feel you are very inspired about, that you are very fascinated about, because then you can really get into, you can really spend a lot of time to learn a lot about it. Of course, being alone is not easy. Therefore, it's important, at least in my opinion, because it's now about recommendations. So I would recommend to find people from this area that you can follow, where you can find, like, for instance, I'm following Casey Kozyrkov. She is like, for me, I'm the biggest fan of her. She was the decision intelligence scientist, the founder of decision intelligence at Google. Amazing woman. So, and then follow the content that the person is posting, that the person is talking about and explaining. And yeah, I can see there are people also following Casey Kozyrkov. Yes, she's simply amazing. So at least for me, she inspires me, and also the content that she is explaining. And because I am an AI specialist, it fits perfectly. So follow the person. Then the next step is find a mentor. Probably the person that you are following can't be your mentor, because the person is, for instance, Casey Kozyrkov has, I don't know, millions of followers. So I don't even try to ask her for being my mentor, but I found amazing, inspiring mentor that I can talk to, that I can exchange about my steps, about my development. And then it's very important to share your knowledge. So first of all, research, find your topic, find a person to talk about, and share your knowledge. It doesn't matter in which way. It can be written on GitHub. It can be written as an article. And if you are about public speaking, then use the public speaking. Talk to your network. Go to panel discussions. Go to conferences. Give a talk. And then people will know that this is your topic, that you are the person who should be invited for the next time for this topic, and this could be your next opportunity. That's how I was found for this panel or another panel by our colleagues, by Antonia, who has heard myself during a talk on women in data and AI on a big festival for women in tech in Berlin. And she said, hey, you're the person for the next panel. And this is amazing. So this is your next opportunity that you can find, and stay for it.
Thank you for your interesting tips. Does anyone else has a little insight? Diandra?
Yeah, so I would definitely agree. I have a mentor by myself or for myself. So, and I really work on a daily basis with her, and also a mindset coach, so 2 times a week. And we're going through this, and it helps a lot to have a coach who went also already through the situation, has already the mindset, all the information to it. It helps a lot, and even also to have a mindset coach. So if I'm, for example, struggling in some situations, even like just for taking an easy call to some other CEO and just asking, or just doing a something like that. Sometimes you have this with you. Then you can go with the mindset through it and ask yourself, why do I'm struggling? What I do have right now in this situation? How can I go over it? And how can I go the next step and be on the next step on the ladder? And also doing workshops, seminars, for sure, just learning. A lot of information gives you more the power to connecting dots together and having, like the next business idea, for example, and also to connecting with people in the industry. That helps a lot. Also to LinkedIn, for example, going outside, show yourself, speak about the things you're already doing. So you're going to get more people, like-minded people together. And I like also to chat and talk about with my friends about it, and having a good wine and just speaking about it helps a lot. So yes, and to be honest, just take action. It's that's the sentence that everybody says, but that's true. Just go the next step and just have a look what's right for you.
Thank you for your advice. Kasia?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot one point. What is very important also from my perspective, to be authentic. So not only to get inspired by people who are influencer, or don't go only for those who have the most influence, who are the biggest influencers, but go for a topic where you feel comfortable with, where you feel it is mine. What I loved, what my mentor told me, Kasia, when you speak about opportunities, find it out, where do you feel it? And she showed me 3 parts of the body. When you speak about the next opportunity, where do you feel it? Do you feel it everywhere? Or do you feel it, I don't know, because it's maybe because of money, it's because only it should be for the career next level? Or is it because I, as a person, as Kasia, feel that it fits to me? And this is very important. So don't only go for the next trend, go for yourself, find your way, research for it, and then talk to people about it and share the knowledge. Sorry for adding it. I just was thinking after I already closed my microphone, I muted, then I found this. Okay.
But very important addition to what you've said before, Diandra.
Well, yes. So one good friend of mine said to me, go there where you're the fish in the water. I don't know if it fits in English, but in German we have the sentence. So where's your passion, there where are you the best, go there and extend and do more and develop. And then at least you have fun with it, and what you like to do, you're probably better in it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for answering the question. So I will hand over to the next question. It's actually an old saying that you can't grow if you stay in your comfort zone. Have you been able to get yourself out of that rut to set yourself up for new challenges?
Katrin, I'd like to answer this question because it speaks to me a lot. Getting out of the comfort zone. I already gave a hint in my introduction about learning the German language from scratch and so on. So getting out of the comfort zone, first of all, we are going to grow either ways. So even if we stay in our comfort zone or not, but how are we going to grow? So grow older, only in age, or grow bolder? So, the child, in order to walk, he has to get out of his comfort zone because he wants to be carried all the time, and he doesn't want to do any effort. But in order to be able to walk and to grow, he has to go out of this comfort zone, and he has to try and fail and try and fail and try and fail until and maybe get some wounds and so on, until he succeeds and is able to walk. It's exactly the same thing in our career. And what I want to point out here, that sometimes it is your decision, your own decision, to get out of your comfort zone because you are aware that you need to go to the next step and you want to take the challenge. And some other times, and in this case, you are lucky because you are the decision maker. And when we are the decision maker, it's of course a luxury. But sometimes life kicks you with a brick in the head and you have no choice but to get out of your comfort zone because you don't have any other option. And here, the resilience or the flexibility, how you adapt yourself to the situation, is a very, very, very important skill that we have to learn, because it is like life is not expected, is unpredictable. So when I came to Germany, it was not my decision, but when I stayed in Germany, it was my decision. So I came because life has decided that it's the thing to do. And then I had the chance afterwards to either go back to Egypt or to stay here, but I like Germany very much, and I saw that there are plenty of opportunities, and that's why I took the challenge and did an effort like the child who falls, tries to walk and falls. Yes, I took the challenge. I learned the German language. I liked it very much, and I've been able to get an opportunity, and now I grew up also in my career. So first, I entered the career, after a career break I had, transitioning from Egypt to Germany, I had a career break, and then I came here, and I had first small goals. So of course I had a bigger goal, but so I had a dream job in my head, but I started with breaking down this big goal into smaller goals. First of all, I just wanted to have my residence permit in Germany, and then I wanted to have the permanent residence permit, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And that's how we grow, of course. So yeah, I agree with the saying that getting out of your comfort zone is the way to grow. But how you grow bolder, you grow more skilled, more mature, and yeah, more successful, I would say.
Thank you very much for sharing your experiences. Diandra, do you want to take it over next?
Yeah, thanks, also Heba. Thank you. Very impressive. I would also agree. So I program myself also, like if I'm having challenges and if I find a solution for it, it makes me happy. So always like not giving so much energy to have like a bad mood about this challenge, even more to be positive about it, like yay, it's a challenge, let's find a solution. And the solution that you will find that makes you smarter, give you more information about situations. So yeah, for example, and otherwise, also secondly, it helps me a lot. I have a vision wall at my home, at the wall, where I have all my visions, where I can see clearly every day where I want to go to. And then always I'm asking me, okay, is this challenging, or is this situation counting to my visions? So that helps me also a lot.
Very good tip. Thank you. Kasia?
Welcome.
Wow, ladies, I will become your fans. I love the answers to this question. Well, I think we are facing challenges pretty often, and we are leaving our comfort zone pretty often. Also, as Heba and Diandra mentioned, right? So, for instance, like calling maybe some examples. When I was also a child, I started to dance, and we danced also in public. And of course, for a child, it's something different to dance in a club for ourselves with the kids, and then to dance in a public situation where you have a huge audience, and this is something that you get scary at the beginning. And the same is, of course, like sitting in a panel discussion, right? This is also going out of the comfort zone, because it's nothing that we learn at home. We learn at home and in the school and everywhere to communicate, but we don't really learn to communicate in a public. And now, for instance, today we are very international. When we see the answers where we are joining everywhere today, this is something where we step out of our comfort zone, especially the very first time. It's very challenging. You get really scary, and it doesn't matter if you are a person who is extrovert or introvert. You always get scary at the beginning because it's the first time. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, but when you're doing it for the first time, you are scary because you don't know what you're doing. And then you're like leaving your comfort zone, and you learn step by step how to do it. Like with walking, how Heba mentioned, right? We are learning it, like walking, like speaking, like everything. Yeah, the same like studying in Germany. It was also for me like leaving the comfort zone, right? Because it's studying abroad, it's studying different language. Today we speak also in English, which is also not the comfort zone for everyone. So for instance, I had English only 2 years in the school. So at the beginning, it was for me like, oh, wow. I was writing also my PhD in English. And at the beginning, I started to be honest in German. And then it was told me, Kasia, but the research is international. So we need it in English. And I got so scary, but I had to leave my comfort zone. So it's always very important to be open-minded, I would say. It's a good recommendation. Be open-minded and be courageous so that you really try to do it. Don't worry that if you fail, from failing, you can learn a lot. And next time, you will do it better. And don't forget, you're not alone. This is always important.
Thank you very much. I think this was very motivating, ladies. I think, at least for me, but I think for the group as well, when I see the chat messages. Then I go over to the next question. During periods of uncertainty, it can be easy to set your goals aside. What have you done to identify your needs and goals and advocate for support from your family, friends, and colleagues?
Can I start?
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
go over?
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, so for me, setting boundaries, protecting my time and energy, and also my resources, it's very important. But it's just me. So, and I have just 24 hours. And for example, the visions, they're helping me a lot to where I really want to go. And is this, yeah, as I said already, is this decision so bringing me to this vision or even a bit clearer or closer. And I have this rule that I have 4 pillars, and altogether is 100%, and each of them are 25%. And one is for work, clear, and the others are for relationship and family. The other one is for health, so including sport, and the fourth one is for inspiration. It's something that you do just by your own when nobody's watching, and bring this every pillar in a balance. That helps me a lot. Sometimes you can do a bit more bolts in one pillar, but not for long. So it goes in this disbalance, and always, so I am asking me and reflecting me, do I have all my bolts and all pillars? Is it like balanced right now? And yeah, that helps me a lot to focus and give me more power as a person.
Very, very good idea, I think.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Sorry, Heba, do you want to do the next?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, exactly. I can. So I agree 100% with Diandra. Thank you very much, Diandra. And I just want to say that following the question or answering your question, that sometimes we have to put our goals aside in periods of uncertainty. Yes, indeed, because we have to be smart. I mean, we have to think smart. So of course we have goals. It's like climbing a mountain. Our goals is like climbing a mountain. You have to put your sight always on the top of the mountain you have to climb, but it has to come on small steps. And if, for example, you decide to climb this mountain on a very bad weather, so it is not that I will achieve my goals where whatever happens. No, you have to be smart, because if you decide to climb the mountain on a bad weather, then it may be the end, the very end. And of course, nobody wants this. So it is smart to set our goals or to put our goals sometimes aside in periods of uncertainty, and that I can reflect in my career during the pandemic. So during Corona, I was also thinking about a career change. You know, the career change comes comes and goes on my mind, because I like to do different, to change, to have new challenges. I don't like to set doing or on one thing and doing the same thing for a long time. But during the pandemic, during Corona, the situation was unstable, and it was smart at that time not to risk and go out of the comfort zone at this moment of time, at the bad weather, not to climb the mountain. And this is this is an example. So from the career, because we are talking about career and decisions. So yes, it's not that the goals have to be achieved at any counts. No, we have to be smart. We have to be resilient. Also, so the resilience is very, very important. It's a very important skill. We all learn to be resilient during Corona, for example, and because we didn't have any other choice, but it is really very useful that one has to adapt to the situation. Yes, we make our exit from an unpleasant situation, but we have to be resilient and to adapt ourselves. So yeah, thank you very much. That's what I wanted to add.
Thank you, Heba. Fear of failure is a big reason why many people don't even try for new opportunities. What is some advice you have to give to your teams or colleagues to help them conquer their career fear? Heba. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much also for this question, because it completes the series of answers. So I think that it's going, all questions are going the same flow. So fear of failure. Okay, let's take it. So let's change our perspective and don't call failure with its name, because it is just a trial. So we all know the electric lamp was invented by Thomas Edison. So he, the scientist, did 99 trials before inventing the electrical lamp. So if he gave up from the first trial, so maybe we wouldn't have electricity right now today in 2023. But he didn't give up. He tried again, because each trial, which we may call failure, is a step towards achieving the goal. And without failures, we don't have experiences. So a failure has to be considered as a trial, an experience gained in order to succeed. Because if you never try, you will never have a chance to succeed. If you stay like this in your comfort zone, you don't do anything, you're not going to go forward, you're not going to succeed. But if you try, at least you took action. You took action, you came one step forward, and you can, if you persist, because it is also very important to be persistent and to have perseverance. So it's not that I tried once, oh, I will never succeed. No, no, no. Try once, try twice, try 3 times, 4 times, until you succeed. Each time there is a little progress, each time there is a lesson learned, but there is a progress. It is much, much more better than staying like this. So failure, in my opinion, it's just a prerequisite to be successful. And there are 2 types of failures. So there are failures that we do intentionally. So for example, at school, if a student doesn't study before the exam, so okay, it is expected. His parents will tell him, okay, you will never succeed because you didn't study. So we know the condition and action. So it's expected, but sometimes failure comes because we, even if we did a lot of effort, but we did it in the wrong direction, because we didn't have experience, because we didn't gather the right information, because we didn't hear to others. There are types of people who are very, very smart. They learn from others. We, most of us, or a lot of people, like me, for example, like to do the thing and do the mistake and then learn. Even if 100 people tells me, okay, hey, but don't do this, because if you do this, you will get the result, which is not pleasant for you. But even I say, oh no, it will not happen to me. I will try it and I fall and I learn. So next time I never do what was bad again. But there are other kinds of people who I consider very smart, really. I admire those people who learn from the mistakes of others. So when they see me doing the mistake and getting the bad result that I don't wish, so they learn because they observe the mistake and the consequence. So if you are from this type of people, so I congratulate you. So you can learn from other person's mistakes. But as I said before in a previous question, life is unpredictable. And there will be definitely sometimes when you will be faced with situations your acquaintances, family, colleagues, and friends didn't pass through before, and you will have to take the challenge alone. Yeah.
Thank you very much for answering this question. And now we're coming to our last question before the attendees have the opportunity to ask the panelists some questions. So my last question goes to Kasia. What are some do's and don'ts you recommend as someone starts to action their career advocacy? And let you know if you have any reading recommendations as well.
Yeah, thank you very much, Katrin. Before I start with the answer of this question, I would love to say, Heba, it was amazing. I loved your answer. And I really think lessons learned is so important. We learn so much from it. It's like AI also learns from failures, right? So yeah, very, very cool. I would start, Katrin, with a recommendation of a book. So what I have a really inspiring mentor. She's really amazing, and she's also a book author, to be honest. And indeed, she is even a book author, How to Change Your Career in the Digital World. So that's Naya Orduña. And the title of the book is The Digital Reinvention. She is so amazing. She became also one of the most inspiring women in Germany. And well, what she says is what I said also at the beginning a little bit. How to start? Start to research. Start to research your topic. Start to research in general. It's so important to get the overview. What is everything happening in the world? So when we think about new opportunities, maybe within the company, start to research, what does it mean product owner? Start to research, what does it mean a product manager? Start to research, what does it mean a business analyst? What does it a requirements engineer is? Start to think about it and find a lot of articles, find videos, learn it, and then think about the next step. What of this do you like? What don't you like? Start to find people you can talk about it. Because, you know, the one thing is you will find a text. It can be a marketing. It can be a sales of the particular product or whatsoever. But it's always important to speak to the people who are doing it. What is really product owner? Who is really business analyst? What does it really mean to be a test manager or test engineer? Are there any differences? What does it mean where? So talk to the people who are in these areas where you find your inspiration. Read, talk, find a mentor. Find few mentors. So I also don't only have one mentor. I have a few mentors due to the diversity, because everyone has a bit different perspective, and it's always important to find different perspectives because, well, one individuum is only one person, right? So we only can have the particular perspective that we have, also about the topic, about the roles, etc. So find the diversity in your mentorship as well. What is very important when you are going for a new opportunity in a job, to not only find a mentor, but also to find a sponsor. What we hear not that often, we pretty often hear go for mentors, but it's so important also to find a sponsor, either in your company or if you're going to go to another company, in this company. Sponsor is the person who sits at the table and says, Heba is the person to go. Heba is the person who is the expert. She is the one we have to ask, and she is for this project. This is the sponsor. The mentor and the coach explains you the field, explains you the topic, explains you the area. But the sponsor is the person who is sitting on the table and is advocating for you, for your next opportunity, and trusts and believes fully in your knowledge. But to get the sponsor, it's important to share your knowledge, what I mentioned before. So you need to get the knowledge to find the sponsor who is staying for you, for your next opportunity. Because otherwise, where the sponsor should know that Heba has such an amazing knowledge that she can be such a beautiful, wonderful, smart panelist. Where, if she or he hasn't heard her? hasn't met her. So it's very important that you are sharing your knowledge. That's what you have found. Yeah, what are the don'ts? I would say that's the opposite. So you will not, it's very hard to find the next opportunity if you don't learn about it, if you don't search for the next option, if you are not open-minded, if you don't speak or share your knowledge. Because it's like also Heba said before, when you stay like this, the opportunity might come to you, it can happen, but how many chances do you have that the opportunity is coming or the sponsor is coming by him or herself to you without knowing this knowledge about you, without knowing these details about your knowledge, about your personality, because it's not only about your knowledge, it's very important to have the personality also. And because the empathy and the personal connection is also, of course, very important. And also when you are going for getting knowledge, I also really love to listen to many TED Talks because it's very short, a lot of content, very great explained. And there are also, by the way, very good TED Talks on how to get mentor, who is sponsor, so that you better understand who to go for. What I also think, because we are here in Women Who Code, I also have found a network which is called Women of Big Data Berlin. So find maybe networks like Women Who Code, Women of Big Data, that you can follow, that you can find the trends also, the topics, the people you can talk to. And also within these networks, I don't know if Women Who Code also offers mentorship. But for instance, at Women in Big Data, we have also a mentorship program where you can get mentor from around the world. You can talk to, like, for instance, we have Chief Data Officer of SAP, who is Tina Rosario. We have so many amazing, inspiring women, and yeah, follow them, go for the mentorship programs, and there will be probably also sponsorships and other things. So go for the programs. Women Who Code just showed their programs, their events. Go there, find the inspirations, find the networks. I guess that's the most important things, in at least in my opinion. Yes, let's say pretty spontaneously also. Yeah.
Thank you very much for answering all my questions. So I will hand over to Women Who Code, who are like pre-screening the questions and asking you the questions from our attendance. Thank you very much.
Hi, thank you to everyone, all of your panelists, your beautiful, amazing answers. It's true, we had in the chat, everyone was like, this is poetry. These are beautiful metaphors and all those kinds of things. And we've had a lot of very exciting questions in the Q&A. I would love to start with a question from Lynn, which is, sometimes I feel like a kid in high school. I totally understand, where I don't know what I don't know about all the possible career paths and roles. There are so many different roles out there. How do I research roles that I've never heard about? And I think I'd like to pass this to Katrin, if that works for you.
Yeah, sure. I think as our ladies already said, you can do research, for example, but you could always take the opportunity the lazy way, like asking a recruitment agency what kind of offers can they bring to you. So you don't need to search it on your own. If you have like a really good recruitment agency or a recruitment agent, or this person is like really into what kind of job can be suitable for you, what kind of companies can be suitable for you. They can give you career advices as well. So I think this is a quite good opportunity to use that as well.
May I add on something to it, Katrin? Thank you very much. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's how I came to adesso. So definitely a great recruiting agency is very amazing to have, of course, but yeah, I had a really amazing person as a contact person. So to learn from this person as well, which opportunities are there?
Okay, so I'm seeing there's a lot of questions about when you're advocating for work. A lot of people have said, I find it so much easier to advocate for others, but then when it comes to myself, I hit a block. But then also there are some other people asking kind of, I'm worried about coming off about like bragging or doing a wrong impression, especially as a woman. So those are kind of the concerns that I'm seeing. So what kind of strategies have you utilized? One, to, refocus on yourself and advocate for yourself, but then also kind of battling that insecurity about worrying about bragging. And we can start with whoever is interested. Yes, Heba.
Yeah, yes, thank you very much for the question. But I would like to say that you have to be confident of yourself. So you know what you want. So don't care about what others think and what others have in their minds, because we cannot control the external factors. We can only control ourselves. So we have to focus on ourselves, on our goals, and do what is right for us. And if we meet people, because people in the world are not all angels, there are some good people with good intentions and who can interpret things correctly, and others who don't. So if we meet those people who don't understand, okay, it's a lesson learned. We evaluate the person and we avoid this person who doesn't understand or doesn't think the right way. So it's easy, like it's really easy like this. So you set your goals. You have to be confident of yourself. You have to be aware of your skills, what you can do, how can you develop yourself, and put a plan for yourself. Set a goal and go to people you don't, maybe if you are lucky or you have already a big network of trusted people that would help, they may recommend other trusted persons for you. But if not, you just try a recruitment agency or you write on the professional social media, LinkedIn, for example, messages, and you evaluate the people from getting in contact. But we cannot judge people when we are sitting like this and we didn't initiate any contact with anybody. So we will first learn who is good, who is trustful, who is going to give us the good advice when we deal with people. And put in mind that it's not about me. So if somebody is treating me in not a pleasant way, let's say it like this, so it is not because of me. Since I set my boundaries, what Diandra said already or about boundaries, since I am aware of what I'm doing, I'm confident of myself, I don't care about what others think. Okay, they think what they think, and I have my goal, and it's really easy like this. So don't put too much effort in thinking about others' opinion. That's
Thank
my
you.
advice.
Kasha, anything to add?
Thank you very much, Heba. You are so inspiring, and you are the pleasant person that I always can speak to, and the trust person. Yeah, to answer maybe the question also from my perspective, I can fully understand that it's not always easy to advocate for yourself. I had it also in my past, and it's really not easy to speak for others. It's for myself, it's very easy to advocate for others, for the team, what is the best for the team, but it's very hard to advocate what is the best for me and to go for it and to always like speak, but what about this and next steps. What helped me a lot is to be very prepared for such discussions, to understand it when such situation can come. Like, for instance, I could understand that it's about annual discussions where you speak about your promotion, or when you speak about your next salary, or when you speak about better condition, a change, maybe a new opportunity at your company, at your team, or somewhere else. So what I usually try to do, I really prepare for these meetings. I'm really good prepared to get focused on it. So what does it mean is I go through the whole year that happened. What did I do? What are my lessons learned from my tasks? And where would I like to go? And where would I like to go with this next opportunity together with my boss? Where are his or her goals? And where are my goals? This is not easy, but this is very important to be very prepared. Otherwise, the focus can change. And I know it's not easy to speak for yourself, but just try it out. The most people are nice. The most people are kind. The most bosses that you have, they want to support you. They want you to get the next opportunity. Just try it out. Stay focused. Be open-minded, and I don't know the word really in English. Courageous. Mutig. Is it correct? Expressed? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much. My next question is for Diandra.
I'm sorry, can only add one point.
Yes.
You can also train it with your friends or with your family. Such discussions. How to go for yourself. How to advocate for yourself. Train it, or train it with your mentor. Train it with your trusted colleagues that Heba just mentioned. And then it's easier because, you know, like a dry run for a talk. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We appreciate your passion. And everyone's saying, thank you so much for sharing such a sound strategy. So you are really inspiring people. But my question is for Diandra is, well, the first one is, how often do you update your vision board? But the follow-up question is, you know, sometimes you set goals and then you have to put them aside because you had unexpected personal events or professional events. So how do you reintroduce goals that you've had to put aside in the past?
Yes, right. So to be honest, I renew my vision board every month. So I have this one date in my calendar, setting there as a meeting for myself and do the reflection, my vision. And it's totally okay if it's not your vision anymore. So, or change, or just have another direction, because in your mind, in your fantasy, it's always perfect. There's no problems. And so if you just try to do your fantasy, make it the reality, you will find out what's wrong, what's right. So, and what is your real vision still. And yes, so this is what I'm doing. So I just to make clear, is it my really wish? Is it in the reality, like in my wish, in my vision? And yes, so every month, to be honest.
Thank you so much. The next question. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
The next question I have, really for everybody, because you spoke a lot about mentors, and some people are sharing in the chat, either they feel shy or they're doing the situation right now, which we all know, which is emailing people and having no response. So it can get very sometimes frustrating, sometimes exhausting. So how did you find your mentor? How do you suggest finding a mentor? Let's start with you, Katarzyna.
Oh, please don't be shy. Please don't be shy. When you ask for mentorship, usually the people are so happy. They love to support you. There are mentorship programs, what I mentioned, for instance, of Women Big Data Global, so for the whole world, but I'm sure Women Who Code maybe have also the same or similar. Go for these programs. You are assigning there, for instance, like, what is your experience? What are you looking for? Etc., etc. So there's like a really great questionnaire usually. And then still, you have like a few matches and you can decide who to go for, Who do you feel comfortable with? Where do you see your safe space? So that's usually people in this program who really love to support you to go to get the next opportunity. Or if you are at such events like today, at networking events, you can't imagine people are so happy to support you. A mentor doesn't also mean like to be every day with this person. For instance, to me, it helps me when I meet my mentor every quarter. This is enough, at least to me, because then I have a huge agenda and I have my task and I can explain everything, what I have done. And really don't be shy, don't be afraid. The only one thing the person can tell you is a no, but it doesn't hurt. It's a lessons learned again. It's like failing and getting something, winning. So the best case is you will win an amazing mentor. The worst case is the person says no, but you will find another one. Don't worry. It simply means it shouldn't be. It simply means it's not a fit. It simply means there's someone else waiting for you, for your request, to support you to make the next step. And being a mentor, I'm also a mentor, and it's so amazing. I learn a lot from my mentees. It's not a one way, it's both ways. We can learn so much from our mentees, from their perspectives, what they are looking for, which problems do they have, how to solve it, how to explain it. We learn how to become better leader. So when you ask someone for being a mentor, the person can also win a lot. It wins you to let you know. It wins you from your perspective as your personality. Please don't be shy. Please simply reach out. And if the person doesn't say yes, then the person has lost a lot.
I love that. Thank you. I'm also going to shout out that Women Who Code, you mentioned finding communities is a great way. And then I also want to shout out our blog, because I have written a couple of blog posts as well about how to find a mentor, how to make your mentor's life easier, and all of those things. But unfortunately, we've come to the end of our time. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank all of the panelists. I want to thank SThree as well for supporting us, for supporting our mission. And to wrap up, I think we've heard one book recommendation from Kasia, but I would love, very briefly, any other people to follow or a book recommendation from Heba, Katrin, and Diandra.
For me, I'll try the translation. I just give me 1 minute to. There is about communication, so I would suggest a book in how to communicate without, so gewaltfreie Kommunikation. So it's without. How to translate it?
Violence.
Exactly. Violent-free communication. So yes, so I mean that communication is very, very important, and maybe an underrated skill in our everyday life, at work, as well as with in our private lives. And it's the reason why a lot of things don't work out with people, because we are dealing with people, even either those people are our managers or our colleagues or our team members, maybe a team we are leading. So as well as at home or in our private relationships with our friends and family. So yes, sometimes we think that we have all the rights, and we don't give any opportunity to the others to express their point of view. And I don't want to take a lot of time, because now we are over 7 p.m. So it's, yes, gewaltfreie Kommunikation. I think it's there is, of course, the English translation. So it's communication without violence.
Thank you, or violence-free. Thank you so much, Heba. I'll pass it to Katrin to any final thoughts as our host as well.
Yeah, thank you very much for your very interesting insights. As you asked me before, who can I recommend to follow is, for example, Sheryl Sandberg. And I think the book from her, Lean In, is a great book for all the women of everyone who wants to really stand in for themselves. And a book when it comes to passion, I think it's The Big Five for Life. Yeah, just I don't know if it's a German book or if it's international, but these things I can recommend to read or to follow.
Diandra, any final words before we finish?
Yeah, thank you so much to all speakers. It was very impressive and also inspiring for me. And yeah, I also can recommend one book where you can find the 4 pillars. It's the Manifest. You can buy it. And yeah, it's very interesting to make your vision clear about your passion, and then probably helps in your private life, but also in your career.
Thank you so much, everybody. We're going to wrap it up right now. Again, thank you all so much. I'm going to end it now and also put some of these recommendations in the chat. Thank you so much, Katarzyna. I know that you reposted yours as well.
Yeah, it's already there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. And to all of our attendees, thank you for your amazing questions and your excitement and support of all of us today.